Hi everyone, it's Connor MacDougall with Retter and Company Sotheby's International Realty and MacDougall Real Estate. I'm back today to bring you another edition of the MacDougall Monthly Market Monitor, where I'll give updates about the current trends and statistics for the Tri-Cities housing market. The Tri-Cities housing market is finally starting to see a delayed slowdown, driven by climbing home prices and escalated interest rates. Although we're not seeing the record numbers like we did the previous years, there are still plenty of homes being bought and sold in the market. There were 335 homes sold in July, which is a 12% decrease in home sales compared to June. Median days on market climbed again to 7 days as we continue to see competition thin out for houses on the market. Like I mentioned in the previous month, although interest rates are higher and people can afford less because of this, if purchasing a home is important to you, buyers now have more of an advantage than they have in the previous few years. Along with the increasing days on market, we've also seen a substantial increase in number of homes on the market for 2 months in a row. There's almost twice as many active listings on average as this time last year. The numbers I show is an average for the month of July, but the actual total number of houses on the market is actually over 600 now. Active listings are up another 19% compared to June after seeing an 18% increase from May. After several years with inventories hovering at record lows, we're finally seeing some much needed reprieve as numbers climb back to more normal levels. The average sales price for homes continues to climb as we're now right in the throes of the busy season. Home prices traditionally peak for the year in August before seeing the slight declines heading into this winter slow season. Along with the higher median days on market, we're continuing to see value of offers over asking price decrease, another sign that we're continuing to move towards a balanced market. In June, the city of Kennewick saw similar numbers for home sales, which is interesting because Tri-Cities as a whole saw a decrease in total home sales. Even with home sales holding steady, the median days on market rose to 7, which is in line with the Tri-Cities average. Average prices appear to have plateaued at around $472,000. You'll have to wait for the August numbers to see if there was a jump, or if we're seeing the decline for the slow season start a little earlier than normal. Similar to the Tri-Cities average, Kennewick inventory was up 20%, which means there's more selection out there for buyers to find what they're looking for. The number of homes sold in Pasco saw a dramatic drop of 32%. The median days on market doubled to 10 days. It appears, at least for the time being, that the Pasco market has cooled off earlier than the other cities this summer. That 10 median days on market means properties are moving much slower now, and a good marketing and listing launch strategy is as important as ever if you're selling your home. As mentioned last month, that high average sales price did not hold, and we saw the average sales price fall to about $457,000. I would expect to see a higher number than that in August, as month-to-month declines in sales price this time of year are usually followed by a jump. That's just the way averages work. Median days on market in Richland fell back down to 5 days after jumping up to 8 last month. Richland saw a large jump in average and median sales price up to $545,000 and $525,000 respectively. Richland has always been a popular city to move for its highly rated schools, so it's no surprise it's the most competitive market this time of year as summer vacation is in full swing for kids. As I mentioned last month, the decrease in average sales price led to an increase this month. It's normal to see this month-to-month number swing back and forth, and that's why I kind of mentioned that could happen. Like other markets, the average price over asking is getting closer to that $0 mark. What that means for you as a buyer or seller is that demand has cooled off enough that houses are now starting to sell closer to their asking price, which is usually fair market value at the time. West Richland continues to see a similar number of homes sold, but is the first city to see a negative average for the sale price compared to asking price. I've also started to see new construction houses in West Richland see price reductions if they've been sitting for some time. This is a big change in the market as builders have been holding firm on their asking prices for the last several years amidst this record demand. The city did see a drop in average sales price down to $516,000. Inventory was also up 22%, which is second to Pasco for inventory increases. Mortgage rates actually lowered in July, even amidst the U.S. Federal Reserve rolling out a rate hike in July that raised the rate by another 75 basis points. Although the last couple of weeks have been strong for the stock market, some economists are warning that it could just be a relief rally and that we're not quite out of the bear market yet. On the buyer side, if you're looking to buy soon, this could be a very good time to lock in a reasonable interest rate. If we do see a decrease in prices come the fall season, you'll be in good position to buy as much as you can afford to. I say this almost every week, but it warrants repeating. The interest rates we're seeing are still at historic lows relative to what we've seen in the past, and there are not many people who would advise sitting on the sidelines and waiting for rates in the 2s to return, as there's a low chance that's going to happen in the near future. Based on the large inventory increase in July, I expect we'll see somewhere close to 700 houses on the market at our peak this summer. That's just my prediction based on the trends I'm seeing, but it shouldn't surprise anyone at this point if that number does come true. Based on historic trends, we should expect to see average sales prices peak a month or two before inventory does. We'll most likely see sales prices decrease slightly through the winter. That being said, with how hot the last 2 years have been, and all the pressure from the government to curb inflation, I wouldn't be surprised to see average sales prices drop earlier than normal, i.e. right around now. I'll repeat this advice from the last month. I wouldn't recommend waiting for a crash, but if you're looking for the best time to buy, this fall or winter continues to look like a good option for those who can manage that in their life as far as timing goes. It's unclear whether Kennewick, Richland, and West Richland have already peaked when it comes to homes sold, but after 4 months in a row of decreasing homes sold numbers, I would expect to see an increase in sales in either August or September for Pasco. Downward slides don't go on forever, and it's rare to see more than 3 to 4 months of decreasing volume before an uptick occurs. So if you're a seller in Pasco and you haven't been seeing the traffic you're looking for, hold on, there could be much needed buyers coming your way. As discussed in previous slides, median days on market increased for all markets except for Richland, where it went down from 8 to 5. This continues to signify less competition for buyers and a few more days to make decisions, which everyone could use. That doesn't mean you'll be able to succeed if you're unprepared, but it does mean you have a little extra breathing room and you don't have to rush to such a big decision. That's all for this edition of the MacDougall Monthly Market Monitor. If you're not already subscribed to receive it by email, please click the link below. And if you're looking to receive more information about the Tri-Cities housing market, subscribe to my YouTube channel. See everyone next time.